Take a look at some of our other top local headlines right now. The fiance of the 4 people that was murdered in Laurel, Nebraska, has filed a restraining order against the suspected killer's wife. In court documents, Brian Welch says he filed the order against Carrie Jones because she made death threats against him. Carrie Jones has 10 business days to request a hearing on the protection order. Her husband, Jason Jones, does face 4 counts of first-degree murder and 2 counts of first-degree arson for those August murders. A teenager from Omaha died in a wreck early this morning. It happened on Interstate 80 near I Street. OPD says 16-year-old Mauricio Solerio Ramirez was speeding when he lost control of the vehicle. His car left the road. It rolled down an embankment. Police say he was not wearing his seatbelt. This here is the second deadly crash OPD has been working on just in the past 24 hours. And Omaha's first homeless services coordinator will be joining Mayor Gene Stothart's team next month. Tamara Dwyer will be tasked with working with organizations that provide services to people experiencing homelessness. The position is being paid for with funds from the American Rescue Plan Act, and it will later be funded from the general budget.